Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to me, please go ahead and like and subscribe. My name is Katie Jenkins. I'm a Golden Director at Pharmacy. I know if you are not in network marketing, that is completely irrelevant, but what I do is I work network marketing full-time. This is how I have been able to replace my full-time income to be a stay-at-home mom and a homeschool mama. So that's my life in a nutshell. And I'm going to play with some fall makeup again today because fall is my absolute favorite season ever. Which stinks that I'm here in Florida because it's never fall here. But it's still very beautiful in its own way. So what I'm putting on right now is a hydrating eye cream. This is going to plump up your eye area. This has hyaluronic acid in it. This, if you are looking for a new skincare line, this Aqua line is legit, especially if you live in Florida and you need some extra hydration. This little bundle is just a good way to save money, but I'm actually going to put on, oh, here comes my daughter. Hi, baby girl. I'm going to put on some Hydro Drops too, which is probably perfect timing because I may have to freeze this for just a second. Yes, baby. So this is just an Aqua serum. It's hyaluronic acid hydration drops. She's just waking up from her nap that was not long enough. That's why I got one here. Because I thought, oh, I've got at least an hour left. But we're kind of in that toddler phase where I think that we are sadly growing out of our naps. And let me tell you, she is a child that needs her naps. Yes, baby. Look at you. Okay. I would love to hold you. Come here, baby. This is totally nap hair. You want to say hi? No, we're too shy. That probably worked out better than expected just because I did want I put the Hydro Drops on my face and then I did add some of the moisturizer as well. How pretty is the packaging? The whole thing. I mean, it's the Aqua line, so it's going to add in all of like the added nutrients that your skin needs, nutrients and hydration. And then what I like to do for my first step of my makeup application is put on a primer. So I personally like a good silicone primer. I've tried others that are not silicone, and I feel like I always have trouble with my pores being more prominently shown, and right through here is an area that I like to cover up the most. So for me, the primer, the silicone primer, hides all of that perfectly. And just a little, you know, something that I'll mention is that Pharmacy, at least all the products that I'm using, are a European company and they follow European standards. So they block 1,300 harmful ingredients that are in your skincare that the FDA doesn't block at all. The FDA only regulates about between 10 and 13 harmful ingredients in your cosmetics. So using European products don't necessarily bother me if I'm saying like they're filling in my pores or anything, because I've been using them for 2 years and I have no issues with them. So you always want to wash your face at night too. I do a double cleanse, but we'll do that later. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've got a really good primer base on. I feel like I need some lotion. Let me get some lotion on my hands real quick. This is my favorite body lotion. I just grabbed this from the bathroom, but it's a rich almond scent and it's a limited item. So, but it smells so good. And sometimes even if my hands aren't super dry, I just like having that warm scent next to me because it smells good. It reminds me of fall, and you're going into fall and the winter phases, and it's really nice, and it's thick, but it applies more of a light way. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's amazing. And because it's a limited item, every single time that I place an order for myself, I grab this body lotion and the body oil, because when I'm out of the shower, I'll actually mix a tiny amount of oil and then a tiny amount of lotion, and they rub together perfectly. It's so good. So if you love if you're just a sucker for a good body lotion, I highly encourage, and the oil. The oil's only $18, but the lotion's under $20 as well. So they're both priced very, very nicely. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go in with my foundation. I use it's considered more of a full coverage, but does not feel like a full coverage, which is why I love it. And this foundation is going to give you more of a blurring effect. So it's not going to enhance any fine lines, wrinkles, any textured skin. It's really going to smooth everything really, really nicely.
Okay, Mom, can she have milk and iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my 9-year-old. So I'm a mom of 2. I have a 9-year-old and 2.5-year-old. My 9-year-old, he actually did 2 years of public school before I started homeschooling, and it's helped him a lot to be homeschooled. He struggled tremendously in public school. His first 2 years were in 1 grade, back to back, and you would have thought that he was never there. It was like pulling teeth to get help that he needed from the school, in the school system. So when things started getting too hectic, I was like, well, I'm going to use these summer months to see if I can bring in more of an income. And that's what I did. I was able to bring in more of an income and give me that little bit of nudge that I needed, that security, if you will, that said, okay, now's the time. Go ahead and pull your kid and start homeschooling him. So that's why, you know, saying that I joined in the summer months and brought in a nice income always kind of makes me think of a lot of people in this industry will always say, oh, you have to watch out for those J months. Those J months are so slow. I joined in June, a J month. Completely blew away the income that I had made for the first 3 years from my previous company, just in 2 months, 3 if you want to count August, and it's been steadily increasing ever since. This past summer, I just promoted twice. That's where my bonus checks are. One was for $2,000. The first one was for $1,000. First promotion. The second promotion was for $2,000. So I just got a $3,000 cash bonus on top of my 50% commission and all the other extra incentives. I was at an exclusive leadership event over the summer. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with J months. It's all up here. It's all in your mind. And that's like, mindset is one of my favorite things to learn about and talk about and teach about. I love it. I'm so obsessed with mindset. Maybe because I've dealt with enough depression and anxiety in my life that now I'm able to, when you get on the other side of that and you can see things differently, you really start to see them differently. So what I'm using now is a plumping concealer. And then I just use the tip of my beauty sponge and dab it out. I'm not pushing and pulling my product, I'm dabbing. Because if you're gonna push and pull, you're gonna be pushing and pulling your foundation, and we just placed it, right? So we don't wanna push and pull all of it away. So I just lightly dab. This is also on my site. Everything's there, super easy for you to grab. And a really cool feature that I have through my website now, which I don't have any fees in my site at all. I don't have a monthly fee or a yearly fee that I pay. I now have a new feature where I can create a wish list. So I can create a list when I'm done completing this makeup look with every product that I use. So if you watch this video and you're just like, you know what, I want everything that Katie just used. I love her base face, I love her eye makeup, I love the lip products. Give me all of it. I will have a list with everything in there that I just used, including the tools, because sometimes we don't have tools or sometimes we just need some new ones to revamp them a little. I'll put everything there, and you'll click on that list and then log into your free customer account. and then that list is going to appear in your cart, or in your shopping cart already, so you don't have to go search for anything. It's all going to be right there for you. And then if you get in the cart and you're like, you know what, I already have a sponge, I don't need that one from Katie, you can click the trash can button to erase it. If you're like, I already have a great brow product, I don't need Katie's right now, you can erase it. You can keep anything that you want or add anything that you want. It's super cool. It's just I love it. It's such an easy and fun little tool that we have now. And then also, if you've never been a customer before, if you don't have a customer account created, you can message me. You can comment on here. Now, I do check my YouTube notifications, or it's a lot easier if you message me on Facebook or even Instagram and let me know that you've never created a customer account, and I'll give you a referral link, and that'll give you $10 off your very first order. And you're like, okay, that's cool. I've got $10 off my first order, but then what? Nothing else? No, I got more. So you place your first order with the $10 coupon. And now that you have your customer account, you have your own code that you can share from your customer account. And it's a link just like the one that I'll send you. And you can send that to any of your friends and family that you think would be interested in pharmacy or just any of these products. And they'll get $10 off of their first order as long as they don't have a customer account created. And as soon as they place their first order using their coupon, you will get $10 in your account. So if you send that to 50 or 5 people and they all 5 use their coupon, you've got $50 in your customer account right now. 10 people, $100. It's really, really cool. And that's unlimited. You can send that to everybody. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go in with I'm going to do it a little bit different. Actually, I do have a contour stick, and I love this. It's a very creamy product. You've seen me use it in my other videos. But today I'm going to use a plumping concealer, just in a darker shade. This is shade 10. I'll place that where I would like to contour and then just start brushing it up. This brush that I'm using is a kabuki brush, also available on my site. And I used way too much product. But hopefully, oh yeah, I can move that up pretty good. Good. Yeah, that was a way too much product. A little concealer goes a very long way. So now I need to try to fix that. Let's see. Okay, that's fixing it. This is the brush that I use for my contour stick, and it works really, really well. It is really, really deep. But we'll see if I need to touch it up some more. That's what happens when I use the concealer to contour. I get one side super, super thick, and then the other side is like hardly anything, which is what I would rather it be. Yeah, this one still just needs, I wonder if I can even just kind of, okay, that's working. Just doing tiny little dots. This is definitely going to give you a deeper set of your contour versus definitely compared to the contour stick. And now if I use this product a lot more often for what I'm showing you for right now, it would not be an issue, so to speak. I wouldn't be having to move as slow with it. but because I don't use this often, it's a little trial and error, which is what all makeup is until you get used to it. But let me know what you think of this. Would you wear that? This side still has a ton. Try to just even it out on both sides, and then we'll roll with it. Maybe once I put blush on, it'll all just kind of, boom, it'll all just kind of go together. We'll see. We will see. But what I'm still gonna do is go in with a little bit of bronzing powder and go over all oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Go over all of this. Just kind of smooth it out, make it a little bit deeper. This bronzer that I use is my absolute favorite. It's from the Peach Bite palette, which is another, it's just a nice palette to have on hand, especially if you like just a super quick and easy look. Put some down there. You know, just so you, you know, if you want to use this for your eyes and face. I've got a couple videos on this as well, doing that, because I'm all about easy too. Definitely like the easy. No shame. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, I wasn't even sure what I wanted to use for my lips yet. So I guess we'll just go straight into eyes. I'm so excited. I have my office space back. We haven't had AC in my office space for too long. And so I had moved everything. I'd been working from our kitchen table. I'd been working from the bedroom. Literally everywhere except my office. And it was driving me crazy. But we just got it fixed. So I've been slowly getting everything back in here, set up the way that I wanted. How pretty is this blush? It's like just the perfect amount. If you're not a big blush person, this adds just enough color. I'm kind of sloppy with blush. I'm new to liking blush. I'm not wearing, but I'm new to liking it. But this is Rose Jam. It's pretty for fall. All right, let's get these eyes situated. Last night I went live on Facebook and I used this eyeshadow trio. It's called Vice Brown. It's not bad. But you know, and I did like this a lot. I liked the look that it gave, but I like products that are more versatile and I like more bang for my buck. So just to give you a little idea, this is around $22 for 3 shadows, and you're paying for the convenience of it, right? It's small, it's transferable. You can, you know, transfer it a lot easier. It is what it is. There's a little mirror. It's super cute. It's in the $20 range, low 20s. And then I've got this palette where I've got 12 eyeshadows for $32. So about a $10 difference, but I'm getting, you know, a lot more colors. I'm getting 12 versus 3. So I definitely like this palette, but I love that I have more options with this. So this is what we're going to use today. And these are extremely pigment, so a little goes a long way for sure. So let's dive in. I'm going to start with this shade Magnolia. It's in the top right corner. Oh, you know what? I didn't put on my primer yet. Take that off there. I have got to put on eyeshadow primer. It makes such a big difference. Here it is. This is my, it's just a Pro to Fit eyeshadow primer. It's also a color corrector. And an eye brightener. Look at how much that brightens my eyes. I love this stuff. You could wear just this as your shadow if you wanted. But this is also going to intensify the pigments of your shadows and just keep everything in place all day. I don't know about you, but I am definitely not someone that likes to touch up their makeup. I want something that's just going to sit and stay all day long. I don't like touch-ups. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. Okay, so this is the color that I'm putting on. It's called Magnolia, and I know this side of the brush is dirty, so I'm using this side over here. And I'm going to put Magnolia all over. She's going to be my I almost said one of my transfer colors, you guys. My brain is not functioning. One of my transition colors. There we go. And I used to think when I first started watching people do makeup that all of these little shadows that didn't seem like they were that big of a deal, like they just didn't really mean anything. But they really do. They make a big, big, big difference. A very big difference. So there's that. There's Magnolia. And let's see. For my eyes, I'm going to... Okay, I know what I'm going to do. It takes me a minute sometimes to figure out what it is that I want, but I've got it. I'm going to use the other side of my brush that's got some pigment and go in with this shade right here called Buff. Isn't that a pretty khaki color? You guys, it just screams fall. And I am loving fall. I'm from up north, so that's where all my family is. And I'm going to be visiting them in November, and I don't know if I'm more excited to see you guys or just experience the weather. I love me some fall. I swear, if my kids, or my son, if he didn't have sports and more of our co-ops weren't during the fall months, I would visit home in the fall way more than I would in the summer. Although it was nice to get away from Florida during the summer because it's just hot here. Like, you don't do anything in the summer but just sweat when you're in Florida. And I've lived here for so long now that when I go home in the summer, it's like, to me, it feels like barely any humidity, and everyone's like, oh, it's so hot and humid. I'm like, oh, feels great. Feels great. Okay, so we're gonna go in. I need 2 brushes. This is a whole brush set from Pharmacy too, and I'll link that in my wish list for this. But this is an eye smudge brush, and I'm going to use shade Taupe. I'm gonna go in, and I always start with a little bit of product and then add more as needed. But Taupe, I'm gonna start placing her on right above my natural crease for one, because I have hooded eyes, and mainly on the outer corner, but then I am gonna move her all the way in. I'm just gonna blend her in. I'm not placing pigments over there. Okay. And let's just do a little bit more. Okay, so there's Taupe. So now you can get a good little visual. You know what, now since I'm working on my eyes, let me grab a little hair clip just to hold this back. There we go. It's probably a lot easier for you guys to see. All right, same thing on the other side. We're gonna grab some Taupe and go right above my natural crease. And when you're applying eyeshadow to hooded eyes, you really want to apply your shadows with your eyes open. That way you can kind of get a better idea of where your shadows are gonna place, you know, where they're gonna be when your eyes are actually open first, like this. So if you're always in the habit of applying them when they're closed, you're not really getting a good idea for where, your natural crease is and all of that. And it's super important to know. I'm also going to put on a pair of false lashes that I've never used before. They're actually from Amazon. So when I was invited to the Leadership Summit over the summer, I realized that I didn't have any of my lashes from Pharmacy. I needed a new pair because the ones I had they'd been through the ringer. Real quick, I'm using a different brush, so I'm going with a tapered blending brush. It's number 4, and I'm going in with Ashes, which is right here. So I ordered a pair, and I didn't think that they were going to arrive in time, and I had asked, you know, some of the other leaders who were going in a chat that we had, because everyone was talking about their outfits and all of that fun stuff. So I asked them about lashes. I said, what's the best store lash I can buy that's most comparable to this lash that I was going to wear? And one of the girls told me, so I ordered them from Amazon. They're obviously here the next day. And then right before I left, my pharmacy lashes arrived. So I ended up wearing my pharmacy ones just because I already knew how they looked on me and knew how they fit. And I was wearing them to our cocktail party at the mansion. So I'm like, I don't want to show up like a fool, you know, when I already knew that those lashes worked better for me. So I'm applying ashes to the outer corner, and that's mainly the only place that I'm concentrating my pigments is just right here on the outer corner, and just mainly making a V, like just a V shape. Just like that. So that's normally darker than what I apply, but I wanted different. I wanted a little bit different today. Makeup, I didn't grow up loving makeup. I actually grew up as a tomboy and didn't start wearing makeup until I was like 25, 26. No, 26-ish. 26, around there is when I started wearing makeup and like actually learning how to apply makeup, because that's when I joined network marketing and I joined a makeup company. I joined because I needed the extra money. And what was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh, well, I'm not really sure. Squirrel brain. That's just the type of day that sometimes I have. And sometimes, even on a Wednesday, the weeks are long, and my husband, or it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. See? My husband even went and ran an errand for me this morning before he had to even leave for work, because he just knows that it's been a week. And that doesn't mean that his job isn't stressful or have its moments as well, but he accepts and understands that mine does too. So I love that about him. Love it, love it, love it. So that brush that I just used is a little round shading brush, number 9. And I put the ashes, the darker shade, on my bottom line, my bottom lash line. And what I'm going to do is put on some eyeliner. This is an ink eyeliner pen from Pharmacy. And it goes on super, super easy, as you can see. And I do prefer a really thin line. And I know you're not supposed to pull your skin out when you apply your eyeliner, but I feel like because my eyes are hooded and my skin is loose on my eyelids, it just makes it easier for me. So you do you, I'll do me. That side is a little bit thicker, but it's actually not too bad. Okay, there we go. Not too shabby. So that's actually a waterproof eyeliner, and it is amazing. Lashes. Okay, so I am going to use Pharmacy's lash glue because it's really, really good. And then, let's see, I'm done with my eyes, so I can put my eyeshadow away. I love being organized. It drives me crazy if I'm not. And when I do put on eyeliner, I do like to have on a coat of mascara first. You do not have to have on a coat of mascara, but I find that it helps just because I like the way that my natural lashes look a little more connected to my false ones. And this is actually an extreme curl mascara, so you're not going to get the full effect of it with me right now because I'm not going to apply it like I normally would as a full coat, but I'm just trying to lightly coat my natural lashes. But this does naturally curve your lashes. It's a really, really cool mascara. So I'm just going to try to do a light coat just to make sure that they're all coated. And this is just an optional step, obviously, when you're putting on your false lashes. I just prefer it. I've done it both ways. Okay, so that's on there. I might as well do the other eye too. I'm really anxious to try these false lashes. False lashes used to drive me crazy. So I tried them years ago, like probably 4 years ago. Yeah, it was about 4 years ago I tried them for by myself, and I had what they call beginner's luck. It went on perfectly, and I'm like, oh, gosh, I can't believe this took me so long. This is so easy. And then I got a little too cocky and couldn't get them on. Like, one eye would look great, the other eye would be half here, half up to my eyebrow. It was just horrendous. And then it was frustrating. I felt like I was just wasting my time and like kind of ruining my lashes with just yanking glue off of them all the time, not knowing what I was doing. And it was just a mess. So I switched to magnetic lashes, and I wore a direct sales brand, which now that I say that, I don't even know if they're still in business. If they are, I never hear anyone advertise for them or promote them. And I loved those. And then they changed their formula in the glue or the liner that I used, and it irritated my eyes like no one's business. So I switched to another brand that was just an online brand. I don't even think they were an affiliate. They definitely weren't direct sales. And they were okay, but I felt like they were about the same price range, so they were a little pricey, but the quality was less on the non-direct sales. I loved the direct sales brand. The non-direct sales brand that's like has a pretty popular name, I wasn't impressed with the quality, because I'm like, I'm not going to spend this money if it's not going to last me more than a handful of times. So I stopped using those. And then Pharmacy launched, oh wait, I didn't want to put my glue right there. Let me see, is this the one? Oh, that side just looks way fuller. Let's see, so this is what I'm going to put on. And it seems like it's a good length, so I'm actually just going to apply my glue here. So anyways, then Pharmacy launched, after I joined Pharmacy, they launched eyelashes, and I wasn't super intrigued at first, but then I kind of was, because I thought, well, it's been a few years, let me try it out. And y'all, I was a mess still. And I just decided to give myself some patience, and decided to play with them. I would only try to wear lashes on a day that I had nothing, on a day that I just wasn't leaving my house. I didn't care. It didn't matter if I had on makeup or not. And then it got to the point to where I would put my false lashes on before I had on any makeup, and then I would do such a good job that I would put my makeup on after. So this is the lash glue that I use, and you just paint it on there, and it'll just let it dry for a few seconds. So now I go just super, super, super slow. These are very, very curled. All right. So this side isn't wanting to place where I want it to. Yeah, that one's up just a little bit, but she might have to be okay. Oh, it's not even glued. Let me see if I can get a tiny bit of glue. I've never had to do this before, but trial and error, you guys. Let's see. All right, I've got some glue there. I don't even know where my, I do have an accessory, a lash accessory, but I couldn't tell you where that thing was. I can't tell if it's on. That is very, very pretty. How beautiful is that lash? Wowzers. Holy moly, that is very, very pretty. I love that lash. I'll have to let her know that it's a perfect recommendation. Okay, cool. They're Kiss. They're the Kiss brand, and they're called So Wispy, full bouncy volume and curl. And I'd say they're pretty darn perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on this lash. Try to put a little bit more so I don't have that problem again. I feel like this one's really long, but if you've hung out this far, thank you. I like being intentional with myself, and you know, one of the best ways to build your own confidence is to do what you say you're going to do. Even if it's something that you haven't told anyone you're going to do, you're still telling yourself and you're listening to yourself. So trust me, it matters. It matters. Do what you say you're going to do, whether it's for your business, whether it's something simple around your house, like saying, oh, I'm going to fold all the laundry today. Even if you don't tell anyone that you're going to and then you don't do it, you're listening. So then you're just telling yourself like that you're not going to do what you say you're going to do, and you're not trusting yourself anymore. It sounds silly, but I'm telling you, I learned that from a mentor, and when she said that, it just clicked with me, and I was like, wow, I do that to myself a lot in my personal life. Business, I'm pretty good at being disciplined with, but I needed to hear that, so maybe you need to hear it too. So you can tell that the glue kind of, it turns clear instead of iridescent as it's drying, and that's what we want. Oh, hold on, I have too much glue on this finger. I don't want it to stick to me when I lay it down. These are a lot curlier than what I'm used to wearing. But I want to stay on here so you guys can see that I also struggle. And then I just like to gently go along the edges, and it's not placed yet. Just kind of squeeze it for a second just to make sure that the lash is staying down. And this one looks like it's more on my lash than it is my skin. I think I got it though. I think I fixed it. Oh, that is so, so, so pretty. I love that. But this is what I'll just show you the whole thing. I don't remember what they were on Amazon, maybe $9, $9 or $10, but they came like this. And then I have my own lash adhesive glue from pharmacy. Okay, so for my lips, I'm definitely going to use my lip liner 227. This side might be a little bit higher. Okay. And then I think, what is this? Is this Moneymaker? Yeah, I'm going to go in with shade Moneymaker. This is a little bit lighter. This is like more of a natural lip shade. And then after you apply that, if you want, you can go back in and apply a little bit more lip liner. Sometimes I'll go back and just add like a super thin line. I like that. And then before I'm done, I'm going to take this highlight palette and I like to use my ring finger, but it might be too hard since I have lashes on. So I'm just going to take a number 13 brush. It's actually a lip brush, but all right, guys, that is it. So I will put once this video is uploaded, I'll actually, in the description, I'll put that link that will have all of the products that I listed. And remember, you can, keep everything in the cart, or if there's already, some tools in there that you've already got, or, if you already have a brow product or a favorite lipstick or whatever the case may be, you can just take those out. But then you can also add in anything else that you'd like. So I hope that you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, please let me know.